Hi, this is Marie DeVere again. I'm redoing my community project and I changed it from using the Campus Voice, which was my newspaper in college, and now I'm doing Community of Brides since I will be getting married next year. So this is my new community project. The core area and interest of the bridal community is, of course, just the most common things in wedding planning. That includes venues, the wedding dress, the cake, the party favors, the theme colors. Of course, you have your wedding props, which includes the DJs, photographers, videographers, florists, and caterers. For the size of the community, when I'm looking at just my community, I have a selected group of family and friends that are involved with my wedding planning, but also at the same time, as part of my bridal community, I have 2 friends who are also getting married this year. So, one this year and one next year. So they are considered part of my bridal community. And then as a whole, if you're looking at brides in the United States, I researched it, and approximately 2.5 million weddings happen a year. So you can just imagine there's thousands of brides planning their weddings. So that gives it kind of a whole term of the whole community thing. Evolution of the community, definitely there's tradition changes. If you look at today's weddings, you'll see a groom's cake, which before there wasn't any of them because they usually just had the wedding cake. And now there's this tradition for brides to trash their dress, which means that if a bride has a new wedding dress they purchase, one of the fun things that they could do is called trash the dress. They only wear it once, which means they can get it dirty, they can throw paint on it, they can go into the beach and get sand all over it. So that's one of the traditions that's has been one of the most recent ones. And then, of course, publication. When you have magazines, definitely have changed the face of weddings. It's definitely helped with booming the industry, especially with you have all these wedding magazines that have new wedding dresses, featured articles on how the latest trends in weddings. That definitely helped with the evolution of the community. Then you have also bridal expos, which is these showcases of where photographers, vendors, caterers, all different types of people involved in wedding planning come together in one site, and hundreds of brides come and watch and see, what everybody has to offer. DJs come and they do their little act, and then of course you have people from different venues, advertising their place. So it's definitely one of those things that's most recent that came to bloom because of the whole wedding community. Then you have social media sites like Pinterest, Facebook, and The Knot. And one thing I would like to go over is The Knot is actually something that I enjoy using. And what this is just everything you can think of as part of your wedding planning. You have your favorites, which I have mine. And what basically this is just a collection of things that I would like to incorporate into my wedding. So when I click on that, it'll take me to stuff that I've saved, like pictures I like, even articles that I saved as a favorite. And also one cool thing about this is I have my knot planner, which includes a checklist of all the things I have to get done before my wedding. It tells me how many days to go, and of course this is checklist I can check off for my wedding day. So it's something that's really cool and something that's very organized. And again, you can this is a really great tool for wedding planning. And Pinterest is also one of them, which I'll go over later. And of course Facebook. And Facebook is just a really good place to look at events, especially if I want to see, you know, there's another Bridal Expo. I usually receive an invite through Facebook. And then you have your community connections. I definitely think the community connections are the same as the evolution of community, whereas social media has really helped connect with people. And same thing with Bridal Expos. It really gathers brides together just to network and give each other advice. That's one thing that's really popular right now for community connection. Then you have your community value. I think when you're joining other brides, you tend to get advice. You guys have common goals. You definitely want to make your wedding your dream wedding. You have that time to network. You share information about photographers, about videographers, about DJs. You know, you give each other advice on what to do with hair, makeup, everything like that. And then there's that support that, you know, you guys are all there to reach one goal, and that's to plan your dream wedding. So everybody's there just to help each other and support each other. And then the community involvement, everybody gets involved because it's enjoyable. Who doesn't have fun planning a wedding? Sure, it's stressful, but at the same time, a lot of people enjoy it. That's why it's a billion-dollar industry. And then there's creativity that you can put into it. I mean, you know, as generally, like when you plan a wedding, you definitely have to be creative to make it your own. So it's something that why people stay involved is just through creativity. And then organization, you as an organization as a whole, you have these millions of ideas flowing around through social media, through magazines, through different networks, and that just helps with organizing and getting everybody in the same page. And then for my critique, creator, and joiner, this is Greg Session. He's actually, if I go over here, he's actually a creator of My Bridal magazine, and this is a founder and publisher of Wedding and Reception Services magazine. So I just kind of used him as a creator because he's been in the industry for a while, and he's helped create, you know, wedding websites and all different types of professional wedding services. So he's definitely one of the most noted creators out there. And I put, as a creator of a wedding website community, you need to be able to create an interactive website in order to achieve successful connection with future brides. And then for my critique, I put Abby Jean, and I found a blog that I really liked from her. And, you know, there's so many different types of wedding sites out there. Her blog definitely came to my attention just because of the most beautiful pictures, and you know, it's definitely something that's stuck out to me. And you know, she's got tons of stuff on her site. And then when I look at her biography, her name's Abby. She's an editor, founder of this site. Basically, she's just somebody who just loves to write about weddings and just wants to get out there and put herself out there in the community, especially because this is a huge community. She's somebody that could give a lot of advice, and also even maybe give some advice that most cookie cutter wedding websites tend to not touch based on. So this is something that's definitely unique and a good source for wedding planning. And for her, I put, as a critique of the bridal community, to be able to write about different wedding styles in order to keep my readers interested. And then for me, I put myself as a joiner, since I am a future bride, and I'm definitely involved in different types of wedding sites, I would say. One is Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and I also am a big fan of the Jacksonville Bride. And as my story as a joiner of the bridal community, I need to be able to easily search through hundreds of content in order to achieve finding the perfect ideas. As a bride, definitely like organization when it comes to looking at sites. One of my favorites is Pinterest. Here's my wedding board, and this is something that, I usually look at once or twice a week. So I just go in there and I click on different pictures. I pin it to my board, and my colors are fuchsia and navy. So if I click on this and I do, well, this is actually one of those things where I got it from somebody else. So if I clicked on this again to repin it, it will lead me to another page that will have this same picture, and then I can get ideas from that board as well. So this is a cool thing to have is Pinterest. It's because there's just so many different stuff out there that you can add to your board, and then everybody's sharing pictures and everybody's you know looking through each other's pictures and sharing ideas, and it's just a really great way to look for inspiration. So, and I think that's pretty much all of everything. And one last thing is the Jacksonville Bride magazine that I currently look at, because since I live in Jacksonville, I like to see the different types of wedding sites are out there. This is a good source to go, especially locally, because if you are trying to plan a wedding, you definitely want something more local so you can see what's out there. So I really like this magazine as well. So that sums it up for my community, and I am looking forward to writing more about it. Thank you.